What's up, YouTube? It's Bianca J, and I'm back with another word. And so, you guys, the Lord has sent me here with a kingdom spouse word today, right? And so this word comes from some things that the Lord was speaking to me on last Friday. And so he also had given me a dream as it pertained to this word, right? And so I'm not sure if you all are familiar with the movie The Preacher's Wife. Okay, so well, let me just give you guys the dream. So in the dream, I could see Whitney Houston. And that may be, for someone who comes across this video, your name may be Whitney, right? Okay, and so it was Whitney Houston, and she was like coming out of the water, like coming out of her cleansing process. She was coming out of the water, and so she had a white towel that she was like patting dry with, and she wore a white swimsuit. And then she also had her hair like how it was styled in The Preacher's Wife. She looked it exactly like how she looked it in the movie The Preacher's Wife. And so I don't if you guys are familiar with the scene where she performed on a stage and she had on like the blue dress and she was performing in front of Denzel, which was the angel in the movie The Preacher's Wife. Okay, so she had her hairstyle just like that. And so Denzel, he looked it just as he looked it in that movie, The Preacher's Wife. Like, he looked it young and all, like how he looked it in there, and so did she. Okay, and so as she began to sit down, she noticed the angel, right? She noticed Denzel is right there, right? And so then on the side of him, it was these messages. Remember Denzel in the movie The Preacher's Wife? He was the angel that was sent to mend her and her husband's relationship, to bring them back close together, to bring them back together, right? Because they had grew apart. Okay, and so one of the bottles that was in the sand, it said he takes responsibility. So that's for someone. For some of you all, you may have already been married to your kingdom spouse and a separation took place. And so you have been seeking the Lord to, bring you all back together, to work on you all individually, and then to bring you back together so that your marriage can be made new, right? The things that went wrong in the marriage could be repaired, right? So that the Lord could restore your marriage. And so the Lord is saying, for whom this is for, the Lord is saying that he takes responsibility, right? Like your kingdom spouse, whether it's the wife, whether it's the husband, they take responsibility, right, for their actions. They know where they went wrong. And so the Lord had been working with them and on them during this process to break those things off of them so that they can be a better spouse for the husband or wife, right? And so the other bottle that I could see that was in the sand, it said, he knows who you are. And so this part of the word would be for the person who have been believing the Lord for your marriage promise, right? You have been believing God to bring your kingdom spouse promise to pass. And so maybe the Lord has showed you who your kingdom spouse is. Or maybe the Lord has shown you to your kingdom spouse, right? And so however the Lord has aligned things, your spouse knows who you are. Like that bottle said, that message in the Bible said, he knows who you are. And so your kingdom spouse, whether man or for the men, whether it's your wife, and for the woman, whether it's your husband, the Lord is saying that they know who you are, right? Don't think that the Lord has left them out in the dark. They know exactly who you are. And so just like the angel was sent with the message to mend the relationship, to bring the two back together in The Preacher's Wife, the movie, which was Denzel the angel, right? How he was sent to mend the relationship and bring the husband and wife together. The Lord is saying that he is sending you a helper. He is sending you an angel to bring you two back together, or to bring this thing together, right? And so the messages in the bottles was just messages from the Lord that would have been sent by the angel. Remember that bottles were right on the side of the sand next to Denzel, who played the angel, right? And so these are messages, and the Lord is just sending confirmation to let you know that your kingdom spouse knows who you are, and that your kingdom spouse, for those who have been in a separation, he or she takes responsibility for what it is that they had done. Just like Whitney played the wife and the preacher's wife. In the dream, I could see her getting out of the water. Like, that's coming out of her refining process. That's coming out of her cleansing, right? And she was getting ready to meet her helper, right? The helper that was sent by God to bring her kingdom marriage back together. And for some of you all, to bring your kingdom marriage together. And so the Lord just sent me here to let you all know that he is sending help, right? He is sending a helper. He is sending an angel to help reconnect those who have been separated from their kingdom spouse, to bring you guys back together, or to connect you with your kingdom spouse, for those of you all who have not yet been married to your kingdom spouse. And for some of you all, you don't even know who that is, but the Lord is sending a helper. He is sending an angel to help bring this thing to pass, right? To bring this thing together. And so that is the end of this word. You all take this word back to the Lord. Take me back to the Lord. Allow the Lord to elaborate more on what this word means for you. And until my next video, you guys, stay focused and be blessed. And I'll see you in my next one. Bye.